So let's talk someone who is looking, let's call it east of Austin. They're starting to get priced out. They're saying, wow, I'm seeing a better cap rate here. I'm seeing a better price per door. Can you talk a little about what goes in that cap rate? Because I'm assuming it's not just magically just a better return. Like, why is that cap rate higher? What are some of the things that you as an experienced operator would tell someone who is looking to start in Austin?
Well, Austin is a challenging area to operate in. There are, first off, we'll start with, screening your tenants. You're going to have a tough time finding a resident who is going to come up with a 720 credit score. You're going to have trouble finding somebody with a 650 credit score. Oftentimes, you're in that 500 credit score, and you're going to have to stretch a little bit and try and figure out if they're going to be a stable resident. You have to dig deeper. So your evaluations are going to be more cumbersome, more time consuming. If you get somebody with a 720 credit score and they list as their employer as the TSA, and it shows up on the credit report that it is the TSA, and they show you a check stub that they work for the TSA. It all checks out. It's no big deal. A lot of times, the residents in Austin don't have all these things that connect together so neatly. So you have to actually look at these applications, spend a lot of time with them. If somebody works at Walmart and you want to verify that they work at Walmart's procedure to verify employment gets cumbersome, and they charge you, I think it's $50 for employment verification. So then now you're working with the tenant because I'm not going to pay for that $50. If they want me to continue the evaluation, they need to pay for it. So now you're negotiating how to get the payment, so on and so forth. But you're in the end, you're rejecting a larger number of applications than you would anywhere else. So that becomes more challenging as an operator. When you rent the apartments out, the tenants or residents that you rent to don't necessarily operate in the same way that residents in other areas do. They don't have the credit score, so they don't have the concern that other residents may have about getting charged for things. So, as Mark was talking about earlier about should I go month to month, should I go continue on for another annual lease? One of the issues that we have is people just don't care about their lease. I gave you a 30-day notice. Well, you still have 4 months left on your lease. They don't really seem to care. Now, I will charge them the 30-day extra or an extra month once they break the lease. It's a coin flip of a chance as to whether I actually get paid for it. So there's lost revenue along the way. A lot of times, the lease really holds you to more than it holds them to. But that being said, the vast majority of people are good and they do follow stuff. But it's those people on the fringes that make the difference between your margins working and your margins not working. And if you're able to manage that stuff well, you'll do better. Another way that it becomes more expensive to operate these buildings is just the turnover cost. We have an average turnover cost of about $1,800 a unit for turnover, just from the way that we get them back. Now, we do try and charge the tenant the damage they create. Again, coin flip of a chance as to whether or not you actually get the money back. So it's not just a quick paint and clean and turn it over to the next tenant. A lot of times you're replacing carpet. A lot of times you are replacing appliances. It's stunning how you get stoves back sometimes in these apartments. So that you add all that stuff up, and that's how you do get the higher cap rates.